r/AskReddit. Women of Reddit, what's a common hint that men don't pick up on? There was a guy in college that I liked for a good year. We had dinner together after class 2 or 3 times a week, just the two of us. I tried to drop hints all the time, complimenting him and such. Then Valentine's Day comes around, and I ask in advance if he wants to get dinner that day. He immediately says yes, and suggests we go somewhere different, since we usually ate at the same place all the time. I eagerly agreed. We meet there, and it's all decorated for Valentine's, and he apparently had no idea it was Valentine's Day. I said, I guess you're my Valentine's this year then. Lucky me. And he turned bright red. It never worked out, and I got over him a bit after Valentine's. Then about a year later we are talking, and I bring up how I had the hugest crush on him, like a fun memory, and he goes absolutely bug-eyed. Surprised, he is rapid firing questions to dissect how he could have known. After about 50 questions, look on his face made it clear it had finally dawned on him. After that, I'll learn just say it. I like you. Can I buy you dinner sometime? Is the tried and true way. For me, at least. Edit. Sorry I got lost reading the comments and how so many were hints that a woman was not interested that I started writing my post. Then I saw the original question and realized it said common. My bad. Nothing specific, but I was flirted with and went on 2 dates in college without even realizing she was flirting or that those were dates. I missed every single hint. Edit. My first silver. Well, it looks like my shame is immortalized on Reddit. Also edit. So for story is that she was directing a short college play I was in and said after the play that we should hang out as a cast more. I take part in more plays and she compliments me on my outfits. Later she messages me on Facebook asking me out to coffee/hot chocolate, and we roam around campus after that for a while before hugging and me leaving via bus. In my defense, I just thought she liked to hug people, so I didn't pick up on that. Then she asked me out again to coffee, and we sat down and chatted for a bit. Then this happened. Hey, I have something to tell you. Me, did you murder someone? Then she told me she liked me and that these had been dates and flirting. I was flabbergasted, but said I'd be her boyfriend, but broke it off a day later saying I wasn't ready for a relationship, which was true. We are still friends to this day and send memes to each other and hang out at her place and play games, and often we make jokes about that incident and how oblivious it was, so in a way it was a happy ending. Guy here, but my experience went like this once. What are your plans after work Friday? Me, probably watch Terminator 2 and microwave a hot pocket. That sounds awesome. Mind if I join? Me, sure, but I only have one hot pocket. That's okay. Me in my mind, wow, she really likes Terminator 2 and half a hot pocket. That's cool. I hope she's okay with the ham hot pockets. Got Terminator 2 is like the perfect movie. Always takes it up a notch every scene. Continue to play the entire Terminator 2 movie in my head. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thanks for the props, and it seems a lot of people can relate to one part of the story or another. I'm not super well versed in Reddit awards, but it looks like silver and gold. Thanks people. Long live Terminator 2. Girl. Hey Trav, can you help me study? I'm not really understanding this topic. Me, you literally corrected our entire group in class today. Girl, that was a lucky guess. I'm still not comfortable with the material. You can come over tomorrow at 10. My roommate will be out of town for the weekend. Me, okay, sounds good. Stays up late into the night planning a decent way to teach the material. Go over at 10. She is in her underwear, so I step out to let her get dressed. 2 literal hours of studying later. Maybe we should sit on my bed. It's a lot more comfortable than the couch. Me, well, where would we set our study material? There is a table right here, and I think the couch is pretty comfortable. Oh okay. Gosh, you're so smart. Why didn't I think of that? About a half hour later. Me, that about sums it up. I think you get the gist of the coursework, and we did all our homework. I hope it makes more sense now. Yeah, it really does. Thank you so much. You're such a cool guy. We should hang out more often. I really liked spending time with you. Me, yeah, this was fun. Perhaps we can invite the rest of the group next time. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. She didn't talk to me after that and drunkenly told me a year later that she really wanted to sleep with me back then, but I didn't get the hint. I was told she was flirting with me hardcore at the party we were at according to my friends, but I guess I missed that part too. Beauty/massage therapists are not prostitutes. Please never ever treat them as such. Keep your pants on and don't make sex noises or rude suggestions. Edit. Wow, can't believe the amount of perverts here. There is not enough protection for women in these jobs. So many I know have been taken advantage of, touched inappropriately by men that think it's okay to show up to a massage and get naked with the excuse "I wasn't sure" or "I didn't know" or "I googled and found that it's acceptable to be naked." It's normal to be naked for a massage. To clarify, those saying these things, you are the perverts I'm talking about. I have no more to say to you. You disgust me. When someone says no, it means no. If I tell you I'm too young for you, I'm too young for you. Don't ask about my age. Just keep it pushing. When I was 15, I worked retail in a store where men frequented. I took my job seriously, was always friendly, always went above and beyond for all customers. So many guys took it the wrong way though, and hit on me. Even if I told them, after they tried to give me their number, no thank you, trust me, I'm way too young for this. Them, acts surprised even though I definitely look my age. Oh, how old are you? I'm 15 inches. Oh, that's not too bad. Continues to push their number onto me. Yes, it is bad, you slimy greasy men with questionable morals. And if I give you my brother's number, don't come back asking for my real one after you figure it out. Take a hint. Help me help you. New Year's night, a random girl was hanging out with me the whole night talking and drinking. We had a lot of fun talking about random and deep stuff. After the party she asked me if I wanted to drink a coffee with her at her place. She wanna come in and drink a coffee? Me, nah, I don't drink that much coffee and it's really late. So she, smiling, no problem, maybe a hot chocolate? Me, oh no thanks, too much sugar and stuff. She, okay then. Have good night, call me if you feel like it. Bye. 1 hour later this message came up on my phone. I'm drunk and horny AF, and you could have had nasty sex with at any point this night. I dropped so many hints, touched you and even invited you to my place, but you were a real gentleman. You're so nice. Me, fuck, cries. When I'm not moaning or responding in bed, hint that what you're doing isn't working for me. Edit. So you go on Tinder just for a hookup. Guy comes over. You start getting busy. I give no signals that I'm enjoying a thing about this. Tense. Lack of moisture. No sounds. On your first encounter you would want a girl to be like, no, this isn't how you do this. Do it this way. No, the first time is supposed to be natural and learning about her partner and what they like and don't like. But if you're on 5 minutes of just jackrabbit shoving your fingers in and out of me at hyper speed and I'm not responding, maybe it's time to move on. When I have fingered other women I can see and feel the signs that they are into it, even during our first encounter. So why aren't guys supposed to take body signals seriously? I understand being open and communicating during sex, but how hard would it knock your ego out, your ability to continue, if a woman would just stop everything and say, this is wrong, this isn't doing anything for me? There has to be some balance in communication and using body signal to help fill in the arcs of missing communication in the bedroom. I will also add that I'm engaged and have a wonderful sex life with my fiancé, who after a period of being together can be completely open and honest and talk about our sex life, but that it is not generally as easy to do with a first person single encounter situation. Just happened yesterday. Me barely talking to them for months and saying I didn't want to talk to them months ago, then them flipping out that I didn't talk to them. I didn't want to talk to them anymore cause they started calling me names in the first place, and then they wanted me to apologize for not talking to them. I blocked them cause they wouldn't stop harassing me, but they still left a voicemail saying that I probably feel guilty, don't know how to apologize, and that's why I blocked them. Fuck off. Not sorry that I don't like getting called names for no good reason. Things I've learned. Don't touch even if she does. There is a difference between interest, and I do this to everyone. I once asked a coworker when her baby was due. She wasn't pregnant. Now I wouldn't say it, even if I see the baby's head coming out. And inviting yourself to go with them when they have plans. If she wants you there, she'll ask you. I once asked a girl out who I had been friends with. She said she liked me as a friend. Okay. But a group of us, about 10 people we both knew, went out to a bar where I met a girl and went back to my place. Next day she calls yelling and screaming at me because I took that girl home. I said you wanted to just be friends. So what's the problem, buddy? None of my other friends are mad, pal. We never talked again. She wants to be friends, then gets mad when I meet a girl who doesn't want to be friends. She wanted to get laid. I thought that was weird, but oh well. If she doesn't respond to your messages and or always makes an excuse as to why she can't hang out with you without suggesting another time she doesn't want to hang out with you, you shouldn't just keep trying. She knows you like her, that's not the problem. As a wise woman once said, when you think you're in the friend zone, you're actually in the oh god not this guy again zone. We don't want to have to tell you explicitly to fuck off, especially since that can be dangerous for women. Please just pay attention enough to this girl that you claim to have interest in enough to realize she's uncomfortable instead of only seeing what you want to get out of her, and take the really obvious hints. Not a lady, but I'll tell my story of not picking up on a hint. In 2009 in a hostel in Lyon, France, a beautiful Bavarian girl got on her knees in front of me after we had been making out, started rubbing my thighs, and asked me if there was anything I could think of that I might want. I was 15 at the time, so obviously I was just unbelievably horny all the time. I said can't think of anything, sorry, and she asked again and again, and then she got up and left. Ladies, just remember that we are absolute fucking morons sometimes. Also, if you were in the Vauxlin Youth Hostel in Lyon, France, in the summer of 2009, and wore tan shorts with an orange camisole, had incredible breasts, and were from Bavaria, know that I still think about you sometimes. Mostly I think about the fact that I didn't let you blow me because I'm a fucking idiot. Also, I lied about my age. I wasn't 17, I was 15. So, hope things are going well. Dude here. Many years ago I was a Saturday regular at a local bar. There was a pair of attractive bartenders. One I'll call D was head and shoulders above the other, who was no slouch herself. I was insanely attracted to D, and she always seemed really cool. My friends and I would get there early-ish, while the bar was always kind of empty. When D was working she'd always be in the pool room with us, and making small talk, hanging out. One Saturday I was pre-gaming, and we got there. Bartender was just doing her thing. In a drunken haze I asked her if D was going to be working tonight. She shot me a short muttered answer and I went on about my business. The next week the other bartender was working, and the moment we came in she says, "Have you heard about D?" What? What happened to her? She moved. Just up and left Monday morning. She said she wanted to for a hole, but had a giant crush on a customer who didn't even know she was alive apparently. I was the customer. The bartender I asked was her. I was just too drunk to see clearly. Co-worker, do you want a lift home? Me, no it's okay I get the bus. I have planned the timings just right so it doesn't take that long. Co-worker, are you sure? It's no problem at all. Me, no really I can get home myself. I'm a big boy now. Co-worker, smiles I know you are. Me, thanks anyway. I need to stop off and get some shopping. Co-worker, oh we can stop at the store if you need anything. It's totally okay. Me, no it's really okay. I'll take you up on it some other time. Coworker, oh good, I hope you do. A year or so later telling a friend about this interaction. Me, tell story yay, for some reason she really wanted to give me a lift home. Friend, dude, me, *THINKS hard for several long moments oh god. A lot of the comments here are about men missing the cue that you want to have sex with them, but it's much more common for men to not pick up on the fact that you don't. A lot of guys just create this world in their head where every woman who makes eye contact with them must want to have sex with them. I'm not shy about saying no, and when I went to bars and clubs more often, if a guy grabbed me, I'd just push him off and walk away, and I've been called bitch and cunt more times than I can count. If you genuinely don't know if someone is interested in you or not, politely make your own feelings clear and ask them about those. Best case scenario you bang. Worst case scenario now you know where you stand and didn't make someone extremely uncomfortable by guessing wrong. I've seen so many of my guy friends end up with whack jobs. Fellas, if she has a guy then someday you're gonna be that guy. The amount of attention required by some of the whackers that my guy friends have dated is bonkers. One dude could never cover that much territory, so your independent contractor ass comes on and ends up buying out the company. If a girl is insecure you aren't gonna be able to fix that. Find someone that meets you as an equal. Just because you aren't flirting intentionally doesn't mean that she isn't. If you are a married or committed dude and some strange batch is taking you up, laughing at everything you say, touching your arm and shit, back the fuck away. I know so many nice guys who love their so who treat everyone equally and don't pick up on it when a girl is laying it on them. The flip side of that, if you are a guy and you are knowingly flirting with a female, especially if that female is at work and she is just being nice but not reciprocating, knock it the fuck off. That lady would probably tell you to fuck off if she wasn't working. Making comments about a woman's appearance constantly and showing obvious sexual interest isn't welcome just because it's tolerated, usually because bitches got to eat/have a job. So growing up I slept on a twin-sized bed at my parents' house. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches, so it did not end up fitting me well at all. Same thing my first year of college too. I had never known a bed bigger than a twin. Then I moved into an apartment that had a full-size mattress. I was talking to a girl that I knew at the time in one of my classes to begin the next semester, and I was telling her how excited I was that I had a bigger bed to sleep in. At one point I said something like it's the best bed in the whole world, and she goes you should charge people to come see it. And I, going along with the joke, go how much do you think I'd have to charge to get people to see it? And she goes oh, I'm not sure, I'd see it for free. I just continued on talking about what I thought the right amount would be. That one still stings. More of a clueless guy that couldn't take a hint story. Was casually seeing this guy I had known in high school, just a week or two at this point, because I was in my hometown for a prolonged visit to see my mother. He asked me to his birthday dinner, set for the following Saturday with his parents. Okay, a little quick to meet parents and seems serious, but I agree because hey, free dinner, nice people. Well, plot twist, my mother died very suddenly the next day, and the funeral was set for Saturday. I tell him as such out of politeness. Fast forward to Saturday. Of course I'm ranging wildly from catatonic to hysterically crying. Normal reactions of grief when losing a loved one. Homeboy calls me up and asks when he can pick me up for dinner. Boy, get the hint. I was at my mom's funeral all day. I have no interest in having dinner with anyone. He says, so I should tell my parents you won't be joining us? Oh yeah, I just buried my mom. She's dead. I don't want to meet your parents right now. If I don't make any eye contact, if I move away from you every time you move closer, if I never reach out first, if I'm never personal with you, then there is really pretty much zero chance that I'm into you. If you have to trick me to get me on a date, then we shouldn't be on a date and you need to pick up something else to do. This may be highly individual, but I don't need a very creative way to be asked out, and definitely hate surprises. Keep it simple. instead of telling me that you need a woman's advice and then driving me out to a romantic view. Creepy. Ask me, can I take you out? That way, I will know what I'm getting myself into, and you get the answer straight away, with low investment. If the answer is yes, good for you, mate. If the answer is no, then you didn't need to invest ungodly amount of time and resources into someone who is not wired to appreciate it. Just actively listen to the words and body language she's giving off. If you challenge her honesty, I don't see your boyfriend here. I have no object permanence. He does not exist. You're showing her you don't respect her and will bulldoze what she wants to get what you want. Noon wants that. Stop embarrassing yourself. Also, if someone tells you they have a boyfriend and they don't, it's because she's tired of convincing men she's not interested, and you're wasting her time by needing to be coddled into understanding. You have demonstrated that you don't respect her, and she thinks that maybe you'll go away in fear of disrespecting a man. Either way, if you have to convince someone to be interested in you, you've already lost, and you're just wasting everyone's time and energy. I was working as a busser at a fancy event, and I had to take a sort of looping route around the place that was half inside and half outside. The guy was stationed in this out of the way area by the door that I took to get outside to the patio. I have to run into this guy multiple times as I do my rounds with my tray of food. I'm 24 at the time and he's like 40 something. Anyways, I thought he was a nice guy at first, meaning that I believed he was being kind to me in a platonic way, so I was super outgoing and smiling because I felt so comfortable. But then, as the night continued, I realized that his intentions definitely weren't platonic. He started opening the door for me, or rather pushing the door open at the same time I was, but he was just using that as an excuse for him to get as close to me as he physically could. He was like looming over me and smiling in this smug, creepy way. Later on, or earlier on, can't remember, we were chatting casually and he put one of his hands in his pocket. Just one. Never a good sign. Like he was trying to hide a boner. Still smiling that creepy smile of his. Then, it escalated to the point where, after he helped me open the door again, he actually followed me outside. He was stationed inside the building and had no reason to follow me out except to be a total creeper. Mind you, this area of my route is devoid of people, so no one saw this creepy stuff happen to me. I don't even think there was a security camera there. He was walking behind me, not saying a word, and I got really scared. I said to him in a scared little voice, I think I'll go bust some tables. And I got the hell out of there. I bust tables, where lots of people were, for the rest of the time. He never took the hint. How do I know? I bumped into him at another gig not too long ago. Thankfully he was working at a completely different area than me. He was still his smiley, creepy self, and I know he was thinking, oh, goody, that girl I want to bang is still around here. So I'm going to ask this, as someone who plans to wait a while before getting into anything super serious. Are there any particular hints men tend to miss when there is some genuine interest? I'm not referring to sexual interest, more like maybe we should go on a date interest. As a note, I know when someone doesn't want anything to do with me at the time. I just am not very good at spotting signs on the opposite side of the spectrum. I'm great with people and being friendly with most everyone, though this is one of the social areas I have had no experience with. I'm in no hurry to bang or anything, nor am I in a huge hurry to get into a relationship, because I will be moving in the next year or so. However, there is a part of me that wants some companionship that isn't just my friends from high school and new acquaintances at my local college. After reading some of the comments as well, I genuinely am questioning how much women are pestered by some desperate men sometimes. I don't honestly know if they are just talking with their dick, or they don't understand when to fuck off. Once when I was 19, a girl at university asked me if she could take me to coffee. I didn't drink coffee at the time, so I just said no thank you, I'm trying to avoid caffeine, and walked away. Realized what happened like 6 months later when she brought it up. Another time was when I was 24. By then I was much more experienced with women and used to do quite well for myself, but boy did I have an off day. A young attractive woman came up to me in the high street and asked me, "Are you taken?" and pointed at her phone. She had a really thick accent, so I couldn't understand what she was saying at the time. I thought she was saying, "Are you taken?" or some kind of foreign name, as I assumed she was meeting someone from online who she had never met before. She asked again like 4 times, "You're definitely taken, aren't you?" trying to give her phone to me. I thought, why is this woman trying to give me her phone? And each time I told her, "No, I'm not taken. I'm my name. You must have me confused with someone else." Eventually she left and my male friend turned to me and said, "Mate, are you stupid? She was trying to chat you up," and the penny instantly dropped. I felt like an idiot for like a week. It was not a smooth move at all in my part. Moral of the story, you ladies have to be more explicit. Never be afraid to give it the old finger gesture. Us men aren't mind readers now. That women in retail really don't want you to hit on them when they're working on the job. Just because a young woman is working at a retail establishment doesn't give you the right to ask her out, constantly harass her, and eventually get thrown out and banned from the store because of your aggressive, inconsiderate behavior. Women in retail are there to work, just like everyone else at their respective jobs. This happened to my young daughter, in her 20s, by 3 different men. All 3 were banned from the store by the store manager, and in one case, they had to call the cops and have the man escorted off the premises. It terrified her. Her manager finally told her to wear a ring on her left hand so that she would look like she was either engaged or married. My daughter asked if I had such a ring, and I had one handy that I gave her. Since she started wearing the ring, she no longer gets approached or harassed, so